Welcome, the two-time champion of the Rookery, Juice Hawarah, otherwise known as the GM of the Pinemont Pipers. Welcome, man, to the podcast, A Look at the Rook, special episode, our true king, two-time reigning champion. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great. Feeling honored to just be in this league and really looking forward to just receiving another ring purchased by the Waffle House guy himself, Joey Carter.
Mm.
And I kind of want to start my time on this podcast with a question for you, James. Why did it take so long to get to this interview? How much of it related to just your feelings being hurt for losing?
First of all, I'd like to acknowledge everybody listening. I don't appreciate the asking me questions. I am the question asker here. Uh, But for the sake of accountability, I'll answer. And I will admit my feelings were very hurt. Part of maybe just this extended sabbatical for the Rookery was because of just the devastation of getting so close, beating a guy like Miles in the
Mhm.
semifinals, and just folding in the championship, not being able to produce the way that I was hoping my team would. And man, it's just a testament to how solid of a roster, how stacked you are. And we'll jump into it later in the podcast. But man, you've got a lot of good still coming your way. Um, so much respect. Sorry for the delay. Uh, Figured I'd give you your crown here in this moment before we announce some exciting
Yeah.
next steps. So um, cool. Well, let me jump in and ask some questions to you, our champion. Man, I think this is the question everybody's wondering. Um, is it enough? Are you looking for more? Are you satisfied?
What a great question. The obvious answer is not at all.
Mm.
Um, Getting two just makes you want three with as much or more passion, and so I plan to continue to strategically build and try to keep a great team. And my team's not old, so I plan to compete and go for three. And of course, I could give the whole spiritual sermon on what satisfies. Just watch the Tom Brady 60 Minutes interview. So
uh,
anyways, I'm gonna spare you guys that because y'all have heard that
yep.
50 times from me
I'm sure
at
everybody in this.
CO meetings. But no, man, it just yeah, it just creates hunger. Why would two be enough?
Hmm.
Feels good. Feels good to be on top. Feels good to be able to know your friend had to take a sabbatical and heal from the pain you put them through. So I hope to do that to you and or any and the other members of this league
Mm.
this time next year. So
Appreciate that, man. Well, much respect to you. I'm sure everybody in this league is viewing you as a titan, so that kind of folds into my next question. Man, you've got a massive target on your back. You thought last year you had a target on your back. You had some beef with Miles ongoing in
yeah.
the group chat.
Hmm.
But man, having
Yeah.
two under your belt and coming for that Chiefs three-peat, which we know what happened there. Um, you're going to have a
Mm.
massive target. And so how do you
Yeah.
overcome that? What do you do when people will, stiff you with some trades or just not even acknowledge
Yeah.
you? What's your strategy there?
Yeah. No strategy because it's fair. I mean, I don't want to put anyone in the league in a tough spot. Like if they don't want to do business with me, it kind of makes sense to me. But I will put out the challenge that if there's a way to make your team better, you got to do it. And so, I would just advise the league, since it's clear that a lot of y'all need advice, you need consulting. if someone offers you a fair deal, whether it be me or somebody else, don't do your team harm. A lot of you guys are doing TikToks and writing country songs and eating extra waffles because you need to make better moves. You need to be more aggressive. So if I offer you a deal, take it. Ingram, you've been in the toilet bowl, bracket twice. Don't be afraid to make a deal.
Mm,
KG, you're probably, you get heckled all the time. Like if it helps your team, make the deal. That's what I say after that. So it's not really a strategy, it's just that's how you win. Y'all need to be trying to win.
mm. That's good. That's a good thought. Yeah. So all those people you just named, I think a lot of them are on the turnaround. Who do you feel the most is a threat, kind of rising from this toilet bowl, this lower bracket um, group?
Yeah. Man, honestly, I've really taken to the sabbatical. I need to take a look at rosters, but Ingram's team, I'm shocked he was in the toilet, but I think he's got a credible roster. I wouldn't be surprised if he made a run. I mean, and me and Joey have talked recently because we work together and we'll talk fantasy football on the side, of course. I like his, youth and I think he's making some right moves. He's got some really good pieces in all those draft picks, and I guess Ingram's got draft picks too. So those are the two. I hadn't really looked at the others. Um, but yeah, anybody. I mean, anyone makes the right moves, wheeling and dealing and drafting the right guys. Anyone could pop up.
Hmm. That is true. I mean, after watching this season, it's anybody's game. You've got guys in the
Yeah.
league who are making tons of moves, and their team looks insane. But at the same time, like playoffs rolls around and something happens. So it's anybody's game. You got to get to the playoffs and you got to make a run. So that's good. Maybe my last question before we announce as a board, kind of moving forward, what things are going to look like. Um, do you get the three? Do you get the three Pete? Who stands in your way? Um, and what? Yeah, maybe what's your biggest hurdle?
Oh, I don't really want to say if I do or not. I don't think it's smart to try to predict the future. But I mean, I'll go as far as to say, I definitely have a good a chance as anybody to win this next year. But injuries happen. I still got decent depth, so I'm not, you know, super worried about having a terrible year. But like I said, man, I respect, you know, what y'all can do too. You guys can make great draft picks and great trades, and so anyone could beat me. I mean, I don't mean like literally anyone, but I'm saying just because I've won the last two doesn't mean I'm going to win the next one.
Yeah,
It's all about what you do this year, and then catching those lucky breaks.
yeah,
So I would say I'm gunning for it. I'm confident, but I got to keep being a good manager, just like y'all need to be good managers. And I mean, there's some great rosters, so I have to take a look. I know Miles is. I wish he would text more in our group. To be honest, get back engaged. I'd like an explanation, Miles. I'm calling you out. I'd like an explanation why you checked out.
you heard it here
Um,
first.
but I know he's got a great roster. So, um, yeah, I mean, James, I mean, just your two receivers are scary, and not to mention the rest of your roster. But you got a great team. So yeah, man, those are a couple that come to mind.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, last thing I'll say is you you have um, let's see, a team that is not only won two championships. You've not only won two championships, you have a team that is only getting better. Your team is now has the quarterback of the team who won the Super Bowl. You have the only rookie to be in the top four with receiving yards, touchdowns. You have now a free Puka Nakua without any competition. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy that you can just win the championship and yet have a roster that's only getting better. So it's impressive. I think it's scary. I think a lot of people respect you, and hopefully, some things fall not in your favor for the sake of the rest of this league not feeling discouraged.
Yeah.
And so, um, yeah, I guess just to move on. So, two board members
Well,
here.
quick comment on that.
Yeah,
Quick comment, James. Can I comment real quick?
yeah,
Long off season, what if Matthew Stafford leaves, What if it's like we'll see. We'll see. I'll believe that comment once it's August, and
hmm
there's so much that's going to happen. So we'll see. Hopefully the chips fall in my favor, but they may not.
yeah. That's true. That's good. Okay, last thing. Two board members here out of the three. Man, we've got some exciting news, and part of this release of this podcast, hopefully most people listen till the end, um, is that we're kind of wrapping up season 3 and we're pushing into season 4. And so I'd love for you to just go ahead and tell people, when does the trade block open up? When are we going to start trading? Um,
I believe we're going to follow the great Matt Bolger's request that he had this morning. Is that right, James? I
that's
believe
right,
March 1st during the
March.
combine, we're gonna attach the trade deadline or the trade opening um, excitement with the excitement of the combine. So as you're watching those guys run those 40s and the tights, you can be screwing KG and others on a trade.
That's great. Exciting news your way from the champion himself and the loser of the championship right here. Your host of the Look at the Rook podcast. Thanks for listening. See you, Juice.
So you